Alright guys, welcome to another video. Finally getting my Ford in for its very first service, and it's always an interesting one. If you guys know, in the past I had some dramas with my previous Raptor. This Raptor is only like, it's 16,000 kilometers old, so like just over 10,000 miles old, and it has like a super squeaky seat. I couldn't get it to do it there. Now it's not going to do it, of course, but it does squeak quite bad, and I asked them to fix it on the initial, like they do a checkup thing right at the very start of the purchase, like at 3,000 Ks. They didn't fix it then. They said they were, but they didn't fix it then, and now they're going ahead and they said they're going to fix it this time, so I guess we will see. I'm not getting my hopes up, but fingers crossed they do fix it. And yeah, I'm getting a loaner car, so I'm interested to see what I end up getting. I'm very curious to drive one of the new model Rangers. So there's a newer model out now, which is that model there. I wouldn't think they'd have a Raptor here, but if they do, I don't know, I'm half tempted to go for a test drive, but I don't want to be tempted into like signing onto more bank loan stuff, but still would like to have a drive. So let's have a gaze, see how things go this morning. Ford, when will you learn? I go in there with the top of the line car, they send me out with an MG instead of potential upsale. Not that I wanted to go and buy a new one, but still would have tempted me, and I think would tempt a lot of people getting a new model. They give me an MG. It's not a bad car, it's just not a car I'd buy. Alright guys, wanted to use this little bit of time that I have this morning while the Raptor's off being serviced to sort of update you guys on what's coming up for the rest of 2022. Sorry, I've got my sunnies on. I left my normal glasses in the Raptor. Anyway, I'm heading out to New Caledonia. You guys, I have mentioned that before, but the thing I'm heading out there for is the Red Bull King of Drift New Caledonia. It's their final round. I went to this event before, and I went for a ride on a side-by-side just before the event. Yep. You're okay? Okay, and you? Yeah, I'm okay. Yep. Ooh. Yeah. That just happened. I think my hand is broken. Well, that's not how I exactly expected things to go. Now in a cast. So, and yeah, we'll have a look at the x-ray here. You can see right there. It's hard to see. I'll have to put it on something else. But yeah, definitely a good size break. So whoops. Yep. They said no work for a little while, and I said that's okay. I'm drifting in a few days. I'll be fine.
For the show, one hand.
Yeah, easy. No, I use this hand. It's only to change gears and pull the handbrake. I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine. And rolled quite badly and broke my hand. And I was only doing demos. This year I'm actually competing, so that'll be kind of fun. On a left-hand drive, LSA powered, GTO or Monaro, depending on where you're watching this from. So I'm pretty excited to drive that. I'll put a picture in here. The car looks pretty sick. Hopefully it drives well. I'm sure it will, and even if it doesn't, I'll work out a way around. As long as the thing runs, I'll make it happen. Now, obviously, Drift Week is coming up. You guys know all about Drift Week. I'll be able to let you guys know a few of the places that, if you're in the States, you can possibly come out for a ride and check out what's going on Drift Week itself, because a lot of the events are private, but we do have a handful of events that are going to be public days. So let me get those up. Okay, so I've got it up on my list now. Excuse me. We've got like we've got almost a week of private events with Drift Week. Then we head on to the Houston Police Academy. So at Houston, Texas Police Academy, and we're gonna, on November 12th, we're gonna be having a passenger ride along, so ride with a pro essentially over there. And that's going to run from 9 o'clock in the morning until 5:30 p.m. with spectators, so that's going to be super rad. And what do we got? Possibly a second day of spectators. They were talking about pulling that, so I'm not 100% sure if the second day is going to be spectators. But then on November 15th, we got the Speed Sports Racing Park. Try and say that a couple times in a row fast. From 10 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Again, that's around the Houston area. Speed Sports Racing Park, November 15th. That's a full spectator ride-along day as well. Then we have a private event, and we go to NASA, which is kind of cool to see the Space Center. And then our last event, I believe, is going to be a competition weekend. Or maybe there's a competition after it. But either way, Grand Sports Speedway, again, right near Houston in Texas. Everything, half the tracks are sort of northern Texas and just over the border into Arizona. No, not Arizona. Another country, another state anyway. And then a lot of the other tracks are around Houston area. So this Grand Sports Speedway is also around Houston. I believe it's quite a big flowy track, so definitely looking forward to that, especially with the Corvette having an actual power this time. Super pumped for that. But that is going to be open that's open November 19th and November 20th. And that'll be 9 a.m. till 5:30 both days, so you can come along for ride-alongs. I should be putting harnesses and a fixed back passenger seat in the Corvette before this drift week. My homies at NRG are hooking that up, so it'll make the car a lot more fun to be in. I know we had a few instances last drift week where some pretty tall people wanted to get in the car. Some just literally couldn't fit. Surprisingly, Corvettes are so tight, so they couldn't fit. Or we had one dude where his head was sticking out the roof and just wasn't good. So we're putting a fixed back seat that'll be low, super far back. So if you're super short, you won't necessarily see over the dash, but if you're tall, you'll actually fit. So that's what I'm more interested in, making sure people definitely fit, and having harnesses this time instead of the leather seat with a regular seat belt. Yeah, that's going to be way better moving forward. But no, this drift week in total goes from November 7th until November 20. So, you know, just shy of 2 weeks of fun. Wish I could tell you guys about the other stuff we're doing. It's going to be, I'm super pumped on the tracks we're doing this trip. It's just going to be so much fun. We've already started booking up Airbnbs with a bunch of cool people. Chris Radnick, obviously, and his guys are going to be with us. We've got my buddy Max and some of the New Zealand homies. We got Guy. It's funny because Guy's last name is Maxwell, then Max, yeah, got me confused for a second there. But those guys are coming as well, so we got a really rad Airbnb group. And generally, I'm really just struggling to find a trailer at the moment. Obviously, I feel like hopefully the stress of Adam's property flooding has passed, and the Escalade is fine. It didn't get flooded, just water on the wheels, you know, didn't even get up to the bottom of the car as far as I'm aware. So that's good news. Just needs an alternator, which I think we're gonna that'll get sorted before I even get over there. Give the car a detail as well, because kids, they made a mess in it last time, and Adam said it smells a little bit, so we definitely need to get that sorted before I arrive over there. The LS3 is ordered. It should be here Wednesday US, so it's due to arrive at Mikey's Wednesday US, so on US time obviously. So that whole situation is going to happen kind of quick now. I think we're ordering a monster clutch, and that whole situation's getting handled there. What else are we doing? Still trying to work out whether I'm going to run a stock intake on the Corvette, or potentially one of the Australian, one of the guys that Mitch works with has a sick ITB setup, and I so want it. We're just waiting to hear back about postage. Basically, if I do want to go with the ITB setup, I really need to get it over to Mikey ASAP, and my buddy Mitch has also spec'd me out a cam and springs for that setup that'll make it really spicy. So that's a fingers crossed. The shipping's not too expensive. Yeah, other than that, I think that's it. This was just a short one. I want to remind you guys about the PowerTune digital dash giveaway. Every $50 you spend in store, and extra bonus for if you want to grab one of these stickers, which are super rad stickers anyway. These are bonus entries into the draw to win that PowerTune digital dash. So definitely jump on the store, lukefink.com, check it out. I'm just pouring every cent I can. I'm eating noodles. Like, we are genuinely like skimping right now to just try and get money together, because the dollar rate from Australia to the US is disgusting right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the States. If you're in the States, if you're in New Caledonia, we'll see you guys before the States. And other than that, we have a bunch of stuff coming up before we go away as well, which we're gonna go check out and do. Unfortunately, not a lot of driving, but you know, there's a lot of events on that I want to go check out and see and hang out with people and potentially do some collabs and check out some really cool cars and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and do those sorts of things. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next video that won't just be one talking like this. Thanks, guys. See you.